You're in a new country. Your head is pounding, you feel awful, and you can't for the life of you explain what you need. That feeling, being sick and totally unable to communicate, it's a traveler's worst nightmare. I'm standing in a pharmacy in Barcelona right now, and I feel like I'm about to fall over. I woke up with a headache that feels like a tiny construction crew is working inside my skull. My stomach is doing gymnastics, and I'm pretty sure I have a fever. And everything is in Spanish. The boxes, the signs, everything. I have no clue how to describe this feeling without just grunting and pointing at my head like a caveman. The pharmacist seems nice, but he just looks confused, and I'm genuinely terrified I'm going to grab something that makes this 10 times worse. What if I accidentally buy a powerful sleeping pill?
Zora, just hang in there. Take a deep breath. You are not the first person to feel this way, I promise. This is the classic situation every traveler dreads, but it's completely solvable.
Solvable? I feel like I'm about to pass out, and they can't read my mind, right? What if I get something totally wrong?
Exactly. Pharmacists, especially in 2026, are incredibly knowledgeable professionals, almost like mini doctors for common ailments, but they can't read your mind. If you're vague, you risk getting some weak, candy-flavored placebo that does nothing, or worse, you get a medication that knocks you out when you're traveling solo in a city you don't know.
That's exactly what I'm scared of.
Now, the number one pro tip is always prepare before you travel. Pack a little Ziploc bag, your own mini pharmacy with the basics like ibuprofen, Band-Aids, and your personal meds, and with it, a printed list of those meds, any allergies, and your basic medical history. That single piece of paper can speak for you when you can't.
I know. That's for next time. But right now, you're in that pharmacy, feeling miserable, and you need help. My brain is so foggy.
And you can't be expected to remember complex medical jargon when you feel like this. The good news is, you don't have to. You just need 5 precise, simple English phrases. This is your toolkit. These 5 phrases are the difference between your trip being ruined and you getting back to that museum tour you were so excited about.
Okay, 5 phrases. My brain is definitely foggy, but I think I can handle 5.
You absolutely can. No fancy words, just smart, simple communication. Let's get you that toolkit. Okay, so your first instinct is to walk up and just say, "I'm sick." It's natural, but it's also totally useless to a pharmacist. We need to be specific. So phrase number 1 is, "I've been feeling blank for the last blank."
Okay, but why is the timeline so important? Isn't just saying I have a stomachache enough?
That's the key. The timeline tells the pharmacist everything about urgency. First, it names the exact problem. Second, it gives that timeline. For instance, if you say you've had diarrhea since breakfast, they'll probably think it's food poisoning and give you something to manage quickly, a super common issue for travelers.
But if it's been longer, it's more serious.
Exactly. If you say you've had a fever and a deep cough for 3 days, that signals a possible infection that might need a doctor, not just an over-the-counter fix. The duration helps them match the medicine to the severity. So give it a try. What would you say right now?
I've been feeling a sharp stomach pain and a fever for the last 12 hours.
Perfect. See? That's 1,000 times better than "I feel sick." Now the pharmacist knows the location of the pain, the type of symptom, and how long it's been going on. He's probably already walking over to grab an OTC, or over-the-counter medication.
OTC, that means no prescription, right? But how do I make sure it's the right one for what I just described?
You confirm it with our first bonus question. You ask, "What over-the-counter option do you recommend for a stomachache and fever?" This confirms you're both on the same page.
Okay, good. And hey, I've heard some brand name drugs can be really expensive. Is there a way to ask for a cheaper one without sounding rude?
You're thinking like a pro. In many countries, brand name drugs are sold right next to generic versions with the exact same active ingredients. They're just as effective, but way cheaper. So you just ask, "Do you have a generic version of this?" It's a simple way to save money.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. He just handed me a box of extra-strength flu pills, but I had a walking tour of the Gothic Quarter planned in an hour. What if this stuff makes me crash? I really don't want to fall asleep on a park bench.
That's a fantastic question, and it brings us right to our second essential phrase. A lot of cold and flu meds, especially the nighttime or extra strength kinds, have ingredients that will make you incredibly sleepy. If you're traveling alone, being drowsy isn't just an inconvenience, it's a safety risk.
So what do I ask?
Phrase number 2 is, does this medication cause drowsiness? Drowsiness is the magic word. It's a bit more formal than sleepy, and it's universally understood in the medical world.
And if it does cause drowsiness, I really don't want to miss my tour.
You ask a simple follow-up, is there a non-drowsy version? Most of the time, there's a daytime formula that will treat your symptoms without putting you to sleep.
Drowsiness. Check. Good word. But wait, Jax, I just remembered I'm allergic to penicillin. What if it's in this?
This is so important, and it's where that pre-travel prep list really saves you. But even if you forgot it, you have a voice. This is our next bonus phrase, and it is non-negotiable. You have to say, I'm allergic to blank. Is this safe for me? State your allergy clearly and directly. I've heard stories from travelers who skipped this and had serious allergic reactions far from home. A friend of mine had her face swell up in Thailand because she took an antibiotic related to one she was allergic to. It was terrifying.
Wow. Okay, definitely asking that.
All right, you've stated your symptoms, you've checked for side effects, and you've declared your allergies. Now we need to cover all the bases with 2 final safety checks. This brings us to phrase number 3. Is this safe to take with blank?
Oh, that's a good one. I take an allergy pill every day. I didn't even think about that. So I'd say, is this safe to take with my daily allergy pill?
Exactly. So many of us take something daily, a vitamin, baby aspirin, birth control. Mixing medications without checking can be risky. Some combos can spike your blood pressure or make your other meds less effective. So if you take anything else, you have to ask.
Okay, got it. But what about the dose? The writing on this box is microscopic and I can't make out the instructions. How much am I supposed to take?
You are one step ahead of me. That brings us to phrase number 4, which solves the tiny print problem. You ask simply and clearly, what is the recommended dosage?
So I don't accidentally take too much or too little.
Never ever guess or eyeball the dose. Taking too little might do nothing, and taking too much can be dangerous. This question clears it up. The pharmacist will tell you exactly how many pills to take, how often, like every 6 hours, and whether to take them with or without food.
And what if I'm on a long trip and I run out of my own medication that I need?
That's when you might need this bonus phrase. Can you refill this prescription? Always carry your original prescription with you since rules vary by country. But honestly, the best advice is to just pack more than you think you'll need so you can avoid this problem entirely.
Okay, I've got the pills, I understand the dosage, it's the non-drowsy kind, but what if I take them and I still feel terrible in a few hours? What if this is something more serious and I actually need a doctor?
That is the final, most important step. You need an exit strategy. Sometimes over-the-counter medicine just isn't enough. When your symptoms are severe or getting worse, it's time to see a professional. That's where phrase number 5 comes in. This is your emergency pivot.
What is it?
You ask, is there an English-speaking doctor or urgent care clinic nearby?
Why is English speaking so important?
In a medical crisis, the last thing you want is to wrestle with a language barrier or a clunky translation app. It adds a layer of stress you don't need and raises the risk of a mistake when the stakes are high. Most pharmacists in tourist-heavy areas will have this information handy. And here's a final pro tip for 2026. Before you even go, call your travel insurance hotline. They can often provide translation, recommend clinics, and even arrange direct payment.
But what if the pharmacist doesn't speak any English? What if I can't even ask the first question?
First, try a simple, polite, "Do you speak English?" If the answer is no, don't panic. Pull out your phone, open a translation app, point to it, and say the name, like Google Translate? This shows you're trying to build a bridge. You can type your simple phrases into the app. It's not perfect, but it works. Okay, let's lock these in so this is automatic. You've just learned the 5 essential phrases to turn a pharmacy panic into a moment of control. Let's recap the toolkit together. Number 1, to describe your problem.
Number 1, I've been feeling blank for the last blank.
Number 2, to avoid side effects.
Number 2, does this medication cause drowsiness?
Perfect. Number 3, to prevent bad interactions.
Number 3, is this safe to take with blank other medication?
Number 4, to get the right amount.
Number 4, what is the recommended dosage?
And number 5, your emergency plan.
Number 5, is there an English-speaking doctor or urgent care clinic nearby? Okay, I've got it. Non-drowsy pills are officially in hand. I'm gonna take these, rest for a bit, and save that walking tour for tomorrow. Thanks, Jax. I honestly feel so much better already.
Now it's your turn. Let's practice so this is automatic. Imagine you're abroad with a sore throat and a bad cough that's been bugging you for 3 days. What would you say? Drop your phrase number 1 in the comments below. Let's help each other get prepared.
Being sick is stressful enough, but being sick in a foreign country can be flat out terrifying. These phrases give you your power back. They put you in control of the conversation and make sure you get the care you need fast. If this video helped you feel more prepared for your next adventure, give it a like and subscribe for more travel survival guides. You never know when you'll need one.
Stay healthy out there.
And we'll see you for the next travel emergency.